All right. Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl, Neek at Night. And we are outside of the Diddy trial going over the charge conference as soon as they get started. Now, they have started off this day by saying it was going to happen at noon. Then they pushed it back to 2. And now they've pushed it back to 3:45. Now, the judge took the bench and he basically said that this is the most people that he saw inside of a charge conference, and the lawyers, when they were trying to figure out if they were ready to proceed or not, decided that they needed more time to go over the material so that they can argue properly what they would like. Now, what he said so far was that they agreed to the verdict form. So both sides, the defense and the prosecution, was able to agree on what they wanted the verdict form to be. Now, yesterday, there was a Rule 29 argument. Now, I have the transcripts and I can share with you guys some of them, but I don't have a lot of time. So after this live, I am going to go over all of the transcripts that happened yesterday, because a lot of people were wondering, well, what has them shaken? Why are they dropping things? And there's a lot to explain as it comes to that, because a lot of people are saying, listen, they dropped charges, and then other people are saying, listen, it's not charges, they just dropped certain predicate acts or overt acts. So there's a lot to go over. Now, y'all see my shirt? It's giving what it's really giving. You know what I'm saying? Thick thighs, thin patience. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of energies out here. It is a lot of, I don't know if it's egos. I don't know if it's just people coming from different sides of the tracks. But y'all know I be trying to stay away from a lot of the BS. Okay? I be saying a lot, but it's been arguments all morning between creators, different people confronting people about what they're reporting on their things. Some people feeling like some people lying, some people feeling like, all kind of stuff. So it's been a lot of different energies, and I just been trying to stay my tail over here, okay? Because I don't got time for the foolishness. But it's been a whole lot going on. So yesterday, a lot of people were wondering, and I could show you guys the transcript really quickly. They're gonna get started in a couple of minutes, but let me just share with you guys a little bit of the transcripts that we went over yesterday. So let me pull this up. So boom, loud, live, and in the flesh. So let me go through the slides. All right. So around this 200, around this page, they were kind of going over all of the acts and the things that why they feel like the case has not been proven. And like I said, I'm going to go over everything. Now, when it comes to my reporting, I don't sensationalize. I just tell you what it is. I tell you what it ain't. Okay. And that just be that. A lot of people gravitate to certain, things. I'm just telling it to you straight. So this is some of the stuff that they were saying. And it says the evidence shows, in fact, that when they wanted to, they could have left the job. Hold on, let me go to the page before this. All right, let's go to the page before this. All right, so I'm gonna just show y'all a little bit of the transcripts, and y'all make sure to come back later when I tell you guys everything that happened in this charge conference and everything that happened yesterday that made the government shift gears into why they wanted to change or drop certain things. We're going to get into all of that. So I'm going to just read to y'all this part of it. And it says, the statute was enacted by Congress to enforce the 13th Amendment and it's typically used against, for instance, domestic household employee who are immigrants, whether legal or otherwise, who don't speak English. So they were basically saying the law that you guys are trying to apply to these people doesn't apply. And that, and some of the kidnapping was for Capricorn. So, but we're going to go over all of this so that you guys can understand. You said, I saw y'all eating at BBQs. You look very nice. Well, why you didn't speak? I speak to everybody. I would have said hi. Don't do that. Don't see me and don't say nothing, then tell me later. Say hi right then and there. But I was sweaty at BBQs that day. It was real hot. It was really, 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 really hot that day. But so let's see. It says let's go down. It says the case law is pretty clear that not all bad employer/employee relationships or even complex immigrant relationships, which obviously this case doesn't involve, will constitute forced labor. And again, the it's real small. It says basically what's important here is that the harm or threat or harm to the employee considered from the vantage point after reasonable person in the place of the victim has to be sufficiently serious to compel the person to remain in the job when they otherwise would have left. And here, that isn't remotely satisfied. The government theory relates to 4 alleged victims: Capricorn, Clark, Mia, Cassie, and Jane. With respect to the 2 employees, Clark and Mia, the evidence is plainly insufficient. Even if you credit their testimony, as of course you must, and consider this motion as to the threats or harm, because it doesn't show that Mr. Combs used any threats or harm to procure their labor, or that they would have stayed to avoid those threats or harm. So basically what they're saying is, you guys are trying to charge him with forced labor, but there is nothing to prove that they were forced to work here. They could have left. There wasn't a situation like Cassie where he's putting hands on them or he's threatening them, or they have any reason that they could have just quit like they would have any other job. So any other job that you work at and you feel like the conditions are not the conditions that you want to work in, you leave. And that's pretty much what the government was arguing yesterday, is that they did not testify and say, oh, well, he threatened me and said, if I leave, this will happen, or if I quit, this will happen. Or the only thing that they had, the consequence that they had was to quit and was to be fired. You know, it was to not work with him. So these are some of the things that was argued yesterday that can kind of explain why things started to shift around when we got the news that the charges or the theories that they were having for the overt acts, because again, these were additional things to basically make their case stronger. And so, like I said, we're going to go over all of this later. Everybody is going back inside. And so I'm gonna go over it later so that we can really get into detail. But I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm here, boots on the ground. Okay, we here, boots on the ground, and I'm in the main courtroom today. So today, Diddy was wearing a light blue sweater with a white button up underneath. He came out, he did his usual that he does every time he comes out, where he looks into the gallery and he does hearts and he nods, and, you know, he does his old thing like that, where he's kind of trying to acknowledge everybody that's there and make eye contact. But nothing when he does that is threatening. I've seen other publications saying that they felt like threatened when he did that. I'm not really sure where they're getting that from, but I mean, maybe it's cultural, what they deem a threat. I really don't know. But he did the same old thing here that he normally does with the hearts. And then he sat down, he was talking to his lawyers. And as he was talking to his lawyers, I guess they were trying to, you know, go over what's going to be for this charge conference. And then the lawyers said that they were not ready. So that gave us time to come out and talk to you guys. But make sure you come back because everybody is reporting on it. But I'm going to be showing you guys exactly line by line. And I'm going to be showing you guys what is what. Tomorrow is closing arguments. So that's going to be a whole show and caboodle. Now, yesterday I did a video and I talked about a story where it was about a woman who was dating she was married to a man and then she died and then her best friend started dating him. YouTube age restricted my video. Okay, they age restricted my video. Now, why they age restricted my video, I have no clue. I appealed it. They immediately rejected it. So I'm going to have to redo that video for you guys because they age restricted it. And there was nothing in there that required that. But the video that I did play, they were using a lot of, foul language. But to age restrict it, so if y'all see me go over that video again, don't be alarmed. We just gotta tailor it like that. I think the family is coming up right now, so they're about to go in. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep you guys updated. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And turn on your notifications. I'm not in the Diddy algorithm because I have not been here every single day. So y'all help me get into the algorithm by hitting the like button and turning on your notifications and stuff like that. So we're gonna be doing that. So let me see if I could catch some of the family coming in for y'all real quick before I end the live. Because I think their van just pulled up. And then we gonna in and then we gonna be out. Or did they pass? Oh, I think they passed. Right, I don't know. They age restricted it though. So that was crazy. Oh, hi, how are you? I guess they went in already. But this is the outside. But I stay away from the crazy. I stay away from the mess. But I guess I just missed them. Damn, that was quick. So anyways, I'm gonna go in. Yeah, they're back in court. But everybody is lined up right now. So most of the creators aren't inside. Huh? Oh, they said they could go till as late as they need. They didn't give a time. Yeah, they didn't give a time. They just said that it could go as late as they need.
You need to go after 5.
Yeah.
But the kids are in there. Diddy's kids are in there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then did it start at 3:30?
It's supposed to resume and start at 3:45. So 10 minutes ago.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't want to do it. So
Hi.
would you please shine your light.
Hopefully I looked okay in the picture you snapped. All right. Child. But all right, so they already went in. Mims over here eating. James talking. But yeah, child, they just snap your picture. Don't even say, hey, can I take a picture of you or nothing? Just snap your picture and all of that. I'm like, I hope it look okay. You just snapping pictures of me and stuff. But anyways, all right. This is the line. So everybody still ain't went in yet. So I could see, it's still a long line. So whether I hang up with y'all right now or wait a couple seconds, I'm not passing them. So they still waiting to go through security. So anyways, hey, what's up? Where you at? The Real Raps show? But yeah. So today I came casual because it wasn't actual like a official court like testimony or anything like that. So I just came, you know, with some shorts on. And then one of the people inside gonna say, yeah, your shirt is fitting. I'm like, sir, are you flirting with me and you working? Yeah, Armand is right here. He over here. I mean, he outside right here, right now. But yeah, so anyways, all right, let me go back in. I'll let y'all know what it's giving, what they saying. Yeah, but they talking, so I didn't want to catch they conversation. But yeah, he's back there with the red glasses. But anyways, all right, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. And I will I'm gonna have to redo my video that I did yesterday. So again, if y'all see me do that video over, that's why.